Australia has an abundance of unique and often deadly wildlife. And over the years, there have been many myths about animals that are just that, myths. Today, I'm going to look at some of those animals and dispel those myths. First up is a species that has the reputation as one of the most feared predators on Earth. If you believed all you read in the newspapers, you'd be forgiven for thinking that you were putting yourself in mortal danger every time you dipped your toe in the ocean. Sharks are probably the most maligned creatures on the planet. Those dark, deep, expressionless eyes, fearsome set of gnashes, and the way they stealthily wander the oceans all add up to a major fear factor, especially when stories appear of attacks on unsuspecting surfers. But is that fear founded? To me, it's sensationalism. Fear sells, and there's nothing like fear of the unknown, and sharks are one of the least known species on Earth. One thing I do know is worldwide there are between 30 and 50 attacks each year, maybe 5 resulting in death. Did you know 30 people die around the world from ant bites in the same period? I don't hear anything about ant eradication. However, the number I am worried about is the 73 million sharks killed annually by humans. There's a figure that should worry you. The sharks are the ocean's apex predator. They're essential to the ecosystem. One example is, take them out and seal numbers will rise. That'll have a detrimental effect on fish numbers, and then there'll be calls for seals to be culled. Let's get one thing straight. The most feared of all sharks, the great white, is a rank amateur when it comes to being a threat to humans. It's been responsible for less than 100 fatalities since the late 16th century. You heard me correct, 100 deaths in 400 odd years. It won't stop me going out for a surf. Time to get landside now. I'm going to put you straight about something I'm particularly fond of. We all know I love my snakes, but there are another species that have had a lot of myths made up about them. Now, something that is true is Australia has 10 out of 10 of the world's most venomous snakes. But the stories including snakes chasing after you, trying to hunt people down and kill them, they're not true. Now, Australian snakes are dangerous, but they'll always try and remain camouflaged or just slither away and get out of there, avoid the confrontation. Now, to give you an example of that, there's a snake called a death adder. It's the world's 6th most venomous snake. And I bet you haven't noticed the one sitting calmly right in front of me. There's some other silly myths out there that are more like fairy tales than anything else. First things first, snakes do not hold grudges. Killing one won't unleash the wrath of its partner to hunt you down. Just remember, they'd rather not encounter you. So leave them space to go on their way and all should be fine. Next up, snakes hypnotise their prey. As far as I see it, this myth has 2 likely sources, neither of which involves the use of a watch swinging back and forth on a chain. First is the unblinking stare. I suppose it has some sort of hypnotic quality, but it's not enough to send anything into a trance. The fact prey have a tendency to freeze up is either through fear or built-in self-preservation. Some animals seem to think that remaining motionless will make them invisible to predators. It must work in some cases, or they wouldn't have developed that trait. Last but not least is the age-old belief that snakes are slimy. This couldn't be further from the truth. That sheen is simply down to the smooth and glossy nature of the scale. If you ever get a chance to hold a snake under expert supervision, try it and you'll see for yourself. They're amazing creatures to handle.